Amelia Earhart may not have been the best woman flyer of her time, but she unquestionably was the most famous.
During the 1930s, some very interesting and famous pilots came by to evaluate our Electra because of its very, very high performance characteristics, and especially its single-engine performance and its long range. Amelia Earhart was another one of those famous and wonderful persons that we got so well acquainted with, because when Amelia came to acquire her first little red Vega, as she called it, she put on a pair of Lockheed coveralls and went out in the shop and worked next to the woodworkers and the cabinet makers and then the final assembly, and went out on the flight line as part of the crew, and was a most gracious lady and a most appreciative lady, because she knew when she flew her airplane almost every nut and bolt of any importance as it was assembled. Her confidence factor was improved immensely by the fact that she was a part of the building of her little red Vega. And naturally, we were so proud of her because she flew the Atlantic alone and was quickly named Lady Lindy.
In May of 1932, she was the first woman to cross the Atlantic solo. In July 1932, she became the first woman to cross the United States solo and the first person to fly from Hawaii to California in January 1935. She set a speed record for flying from Burbank, California to Mexico City in April 1935. In spite of her accomplishments, one record loomed. Although Wiley Post had already circumnavigated the globe, he had done so at the northern latitudes, and no one yet had circled the Earth at or near the equator. Earhart confided to a friend, "I have a feeling that there is just about one more good trip in me." The danger of flying such a distance mostly over water discouraged others, but her Lockheed Electra was well equipped for the challenge, and she would have Fred Noonan, Pan Am's chief navigator, at her side.
Later on, in years to come, we had another great experience with Amelia when she came out to personally become involved, just as she did on the Vega with her Model 10E Electra. That it was very specially built for her because she was going to carry approximately 1,100 gallons of fuel. She was going to have special navigation equipment. And in the process of building her airplane, once again, she put on coveralls and became especially involved in what we called our QEC, our power plant installations. In fact, I can recall her help plumbing and the engine installation, because she wanted to know firsthand how and where the fuel, the electrical power, everything came from in the power of the airplane, knowing full well that with two engines, she'd need them both with the heavy load takeoff that she was about to make on the round-the-world flight. In other words, once again, Amelia became part of our crew, part of us, in the process of building an airplane. Another demonstration of a great pioneer and a wonderful lady.
Earhart took her role model status seriously. She had begun teaching part-time at Purdue University, where she hoped to encourage women to pursue their dreams as she had done. On July 2nd, 1937, Earhart and Noonan began the last leg of their round-the-world flight, heading from New Guinea to tiny Howland Island, 2,500 miles away. Before and after they were due to arrive, Earhart sent several radio messages indicating they could not find Howland. Then, all contact was lost. The U.S. Navy swept the area for 16 days in the largest rescue mission ever mounted, but to no avail. No trace was ever found of Amelia Earhart or her Lockheed Electra. Before the flight, she was asked about the danger. She was quick to respond, "When I go, I'd like best to go in my plane, quickly." She got her wish.